We are back and live with more modern FNM action. We got Grant on food against Jack on Ruby Storm. Round 3. Both of these players are 1-1. This is typically the round where we like to showcase some of the other players. Otherwise, we just kind of, get the same folks on feature match basically all night. So we want to, showcase some other players. And yeah, so Grant is who I selected. I promise I didn't pick Jack. There's been some comments and, saying I'm a little biased towards Ruby Storm. But that may or may not be true. But I promise I didn't pick Jack. I picked Grant. Typically, I see a player or a deck that I think would be cool for camera, and I just pick it. And whatever they're playing against, we roll with the punches. So I promise I picked Grant. He just so happened to be playing against Jack. We are already off to the races here. We've got Grant with a Cauldron Familiar. And Jack has a white-bordered, absolutely gorgeous, white-bordered Scalding Tarn. And we're doing it live, folks. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. If you're watching live on Twitch, we appreciate you so much. We stream every single Friday night with commentary. We also stream most Mondays for Pioneer and Thursdays for Lorcana. Friday, though, is typically the only night where we have commentary. Next week is, of course, Bloomborough pre-release, so we will not be streaming next week, but it's going to be a great time. So if you're in the St. Louis area, we are having pre-release, so stop on by. All right, Spawn. There's a Witch's Oven. And we're going to take a look-ski at what Witch's Oven does. If I could bring that up real quick. Maybe. Bueller. There it is. Witch's Oven. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is for your viewing pleasure. 1 mana artifact. Sacrifice a creature. Create a food token. If that artifact, or if that creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead. So, combos obviously. Put the cat in the oven and you do it forever. And it's a lot of fun for everyone involved, let me tell you. Being a little bit facetious there. All right, back to Jack. He's going to shock in a Sacred Foundry. And there is a Ruby Medallion. We're going to sack the cat for Grant. Going to make a food. And then sack the food for the cat. Grant will gain 1. Jack will lose 1. And here the cycle of awesomeness begins. Not sure what's in Jack's hand. We see Urza Saga, Inti. Looks like another land. We're going to trigger this Urza Saga so it has a counter on it. And here comes Inti. Can we bring Inti up in time for it to matter? There he is. Here we go. There is Inti. 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains trample until end of the turn. And then whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card of your library, you may play that card until your next end step. Pretty good piece of technology. And there's a cookbook as well, joining the battlefield for Grant. Pass back, and here we go. This might be go time if Jack has some decent cards in his grip. We are going to start with the Commercial District and Surveil. Take a look. Thumbs up for Grant. Grant, I can say I've known Grant for too long. Over a decade at this point. Great person to play against. Just a good sport. Has good table etiquette. And yeah. But here we go. Jack gonna take a look, see, you're gonna reread what the kitty cat does. Still surveilling. Gonna put the MDFC to the bin. Shatter Skull smashing the card. It was one of the mythic rare MDFCs from Zendikar. Pay 3 mana to have it in or untapped as a red mana, or as a red land rather. We're going to start with Manamorphose. Draw a card. Make a couple of red. We are at 1 storm, 2 red. I think Jack believes he probably cannot go off this turn, otherwise he would probably have out his storm and mana counters at this point. But who knows? We've got a ritual. Looks like we got 2 rituals. Not sure the third white-bordered card there. It's like a Sunbaked Canyon. Yeah, maybe. Well, it looks like we're going to try it. So we're going to go Storm 1. Two red. Here we go. Desperate Ritual. 2 storm. 3 storm. And we're cooking. We've got a Strike It Rich white bordered. I love it. These are all actually white bordered too. They're not. He doesn't cheat by getting the white bordered perfect fits. He does it the hard way. We got a wish. So we could be wishing for a Past in Flames, potentially. If we do that, though. No, we could do that, because we have 1 untapped red source. Flipping between Breach and Grape Shot, it looks like at this moment. Grape Shot would be decent to mow the lawn here. And we do have a... do have a treasure token, too. That's what that Star City Games sleeve is. Ral Monsoon Mage. Okay, that's a horse of a different color, because now we get to do some really fun things. I wonder, does Jack have a Past in Flames in his board? If not, I mean, if he did, we would be off to the races at this point. We could cast all the fun things over and over again, but I'm not sure if he does. I think I heard him say he has 4 main deck. All right. So we lose the flip down to 11. Still trying to decide on this wish. What are we gonna choose? Storm is 7. Looks like we got 1 red mana left. Grape Shot. Roll for Ral. Let's see what we hit. 4. Jack's going to flip him. Jack's going to flip the Ral. And are we ultimating? Is this ultimate territory? And two Strike It Riches, I think, is what Jack's saying to Grant here. So where is this grape shot going? All at your face. And we're going to ult. Oh, Pyretic Ritual. Rin's Resolve. These are 2 great hits so far. Land. Manamorphose, a great hit. Land. Galvanic Relay, a pretty decent hit. And a Rin's Resolve and a Rin's Resolve and... forget the name of that card, but these are all just really good hits here. Gonna exile the top 2. 1 and 2. Shatter Skull Smashing, potentially decent. Another Rin's Resolve. Oh, there is the Past in Flames. That is going, I believe, to be a deterministic kill, assuming Grant doesn't have any way to interact with the graveyard at this point. Because we're going to be able to Ritual, make some mana, make some Storm, of course. And we are going to be able to cast Past in Flames to then cast Grape Shot, target your face. Thanks for playing. Game 1 goes to Jack on Ruby Storm over Grant on Food. So there we have Game 1, Round 3. Both these players are 1-1. You know how we like to do it here at Impact. Round 3 is usually the round where we feature other players that are not undefeated, because most games, most rounds, we are seeing the undefeated players, and you get a little, you know, you see kind of the same stuff, the same players. If there is a deck or a player specifically, if you're watching our content, a fan of our content that you know that you want to see, let us know in the comments. Let us know in Twitch chat. I would now round 4 obviously is going to be 2 undefeateds for who can take home all, well, not take home, but take the cake, as it were, and win a ton of store credit. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Make sure, again, like, comment, subscribe, bell notification if you're watching on YouTube. If you're here on Twitch, hanging out, thank you all so much. You're the best. Both players gonna be sideboarding. Talking to Grant before this, he doesn't have much for this matchup. He does not have much at all for this matchup. So we'll see what he brings in. Just the old 15 in, 15 out. Yeah, that's what he's doing. I love it. Oh gosh, that is excellent. That's awesome. That brings a smile. Oh no, he didn't. He's got other cards. I thought he did. Dang it. Never mind. Grant, you've disappointed me. I'm just kidding. But, Haywire might be decent against Amulet. Taking out the kitty cats, that makes sense. Kind of low impact in this matchup. Cookbooks potentially coming out as well. Dothy Voidwalker, though, potentially very good. Any kind of graveyard shenanigans would be good. Insidious Roots. Usually we don't get a good look at what folks are bringing in, but Grant showing us quite a bit. All right, so I didn't get to see a lot of those last cards, even that one there. Didn't see really what he brought in or took out. Shadow Spear. Cat. Oven. NT. Kind of a hodgepodge of cards. And again, Grant's deck, I talked to him. Doesn't have much for this matchup. No Damping Spheres. You know, nothing like that. No Leyline of the Voids. Anything to interact with the graveyard, really. But yeah, let's kick it back down to the battlefield zone. And we will continue game number 2. Grant will be on the play, I presume, here. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. Like I said, tomorrow, well, I didn't say this, actually. Tomorrow, if you play One Piece, we've got a sealed tournament. Should be a ton of fun. Come on up if you're in the area. I get started at 2 p.m. Win some really sweet promos. But yeah, we do this every single Friday, except for on pre-release weekends. So next weekend, Bloomborough pre-release. If you're in the area, come on up. It's going to be a ton of fun. Play with the new cute little critters before anybody else does. Winner boxes. We got that on Friday, next Friday at 7 p.m. Sunday at 5, or Saturday at 5, and then Sunday at 1, we're having two-headed giant. It's going to be a ton of fun. Both players look like they're using the same sleeves. Here we go. Hopefully both players keep 7 hands. Ooh, okay. There's one of his sideboard cards. Grant's got one of his sideboard cards. Not sure what Jack has. I see a land, a ruby medallion. What else? Can't really get a good look. Looks like Jack's keeping. Grant is as well. Verdant Catacombs, your go. Looks like a Pyretic Ritual was the card. A Scalding Tarn for Jack. And just so folks know, I am aware that Jack is playing with the lands in front. Before you come at me in the comments section, which you probably already did because you didn't watch this far into the video, I get it. The rule, there's a rule in Magic, in competitive Magic. In competitive Magic, when you're on camera, you can't have your lands in front of your other permanents. This is FNM, folks. We're not going to make a regular on camera play with their lands behind them. You know, it doesn't matter. As long as both players know what's happening, and it's my job to convey what is happening on the battlefield. So don't come at me in the comment section. Don't come at Jack. Jack doesn't deserve it. I've seen some of the comments. They're pretty ruthless. Talking about he can't play with the lands in front. It's fine. This isn't a pro tour. I'll get off my soapbox. It's okay. He does it because he doesn't have creatures. I mean, it's okay regardless, right? Like it doesn't matter. And literally that rule is only for competitive play and only if you're on coverage. But it has to be competitive REL. All right, so we're going to take the Urza's Saga, make an Eldrazi Spawn token and a pass back. We're going to fetch, probably get a Surveil land of some description for Jack. Yeah, it's FNM, right? It's FNM. We're here to learn. We're here to have fun. And if you're watching, we're here to entertain you. Alrighty. Elegant Parlor is the get for Jack. Jack, gonna surveil. All right, he'll keep it on top. He'll draw. It's Static Prison. There is Ruby Medallion. Grant has his trusty sideboard card in hand, though, in the way of Beseiju. All right. Fulminator Mage. Blow up your land. Oof. Pretty decent. That will definitely set Jack back a turn, potentially, but maybe not. We'll see. Sacrifice the Eldrazi Spawn for a cookbook past turn. Jack takes a draw. Didn't quite see what he drew there. Land destruction is the best destruction. I mean, I'm not opposed to land destruction. I know a ton of people absolutely can't stand it, but all right, here we go. Ritual. And we're going to get out the storm, the good old trusty storm and mana counters. We're 1 storm, 3 mana, 3 red mana. Could you imagine Fulminator maging your opponent and then they kill you the next turn? on Jack's turn 3 with 1 land in play. Ren's Resolve. Yeah. Oh, those are 2 good ones, folks. Ren's Resolve and Desperate Ritual. And Grant's going to read it, but what it does is it exiles the top 2 cards of your library. You can play them until your next in-step. Ren's Resolve. Going to go up to 3 storm, down to 1 red. We hit land. That is a little bit awkward. Not sure exactly what's in Jack's hand other than that Static Prison. We are going to cast Desperate Ritual up to 4 storm and 3 red. Starting to get bottlenecked on mana. We'll play the land and fetch. Down to 16, so a fetch and a shock, it would appear. Cookbook, Inti. Just a mountain. Boseiju in hand, but of course Grant can't play the Boseiju at this point. Not enough mana, and he's got a Stomping Ground, so that's Grant's hand, which is probably Jack's last turn to be able to do Ruby Medallion things. We'll go up to 5 storm, down to 2 red, cast Ren's Resolve. Ritual. Okay, depending on what's in his hand, those are pretty good cards. Another Ren's Resolve. Oh my gosh. All right, so down to 1, up to 6. Strike it rich. 1 being white border, the other being regular. There's both the rituals. We're going up to 8 storm. And I believe 8 red. We're going to strike it rich twice, make 2 of these, go down 2 red, up 2 storm to 10. We're going to cast Past in Flames. We're going to get there. Holy smokes, is he going to do this with 1 land at the beginning of this turn? And keep in mind, Grant has the Boseiju in hand, so he could have just blown up the Medallion. Don't know if that would have made a difference, but here we go. Ren's Resolve. That's going to find a Desperate Ritual. There's another Ren's Resolve. We'll go up to 14, down to 1. Oh my gosh. And we're finding Reckless Impulses and Reckless Impulse and a Ren's Resolve. Up to 3 and 14. And just need to find a Grape Shot at this point. Or a Wish. A Wish would do it as well. Ren's Resolve. Go down to 1. There's a Manamorphose. That's a good draw. Sunbaked Canyon could potentially be good, but not this turn. We do have the Morphos, though, so that'll go up to 18 Storm. Just need to find that Grape Shot at this point. And we are doing it. Reckless Impulse. Down to 1 red. There's a Wish. We have enough mana to do it. I think you can Wish. We've got the 2... and, well, there's Desperate Ritual as well. Yeah, we have it here. As long as Jack has a Grape Shot in his... sideboard, the game is over. This is deterministic at this point. Going to 21 Storm. There's a Ral and another Medallion. So now that Boseiju not nearly as good as it once was, we're going to cast Ral. And there is another Ritual. Up to 22 Storm and 3 roll for Ral. Looks like he hit. Ral's going to flip, and remember, Ral counts every single instant in sorcery that you cast this turn. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be while he's on the battlefield. So I'm not sure exactly what Ral is at, but it's going to be a lot. Would it be 21? That's insane if so. It might be 21. 21 instants and sorceries cast. We're going to exile the top 8 cards, and Jack will be able to cast these for free, hitting some really good ones on the first 3. 7 and 8. So Manamorphose. It's over 9,000. That's right, River of Tears. That's over 9,000. We're going to Manamorphose. So maybe, I guess maybe we don't have a Grape Shot in the bin or in the sideboard, because like you just wish for Grape Shot, right? Or Jack's just flexing here. Either way, I think this is pretty much all but over. So Past in Flames, we're going to Rin's Resolve. Non-deterministic wins here. Eventually we are going to, you would think, find a Grape Shot. There is a Manamorphose. That, of course, will be added to the pile that does not have Flashback. A Rin's Resolve is going to get casted. We're going to exile the top 2 cards. We're going to go to a Bazillion Storm. There's another Wish and another Morphose. We're going to Morphose. Going to make 2 more red and add another Storm to our Storm counter. And Grant patiently waiting. I got to give it to him. Draw a card. There's a Grape Shot. Grape Shot, target you with all the copies. And that will do it, Jack. I mean, going off with 1 land, thanks to Ruby Medallion. Holy smokes, folks. That was insane. Jack going to take it with Ruby Storm against Grant on Jund Food. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We have one more round here at Impact. Thank you all so much for watching us. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on all of our amazing content here. We post videos almost 7 days a week, and I make Magic the Gathering content as well. So if you like competitive Magic, news stuff about Magic, check out my channel, Les Alex. It's right here on YouTube, and I'm on Twitch as well. So follow me and subscribe to me. It would mean the world to me. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back with the finals. I'm not sure who's undefeated tonight. I've been in the booth a lot tonight, so I don't know who's undefeated, but thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in round number 4 real soon.